Greetings, traders. It is Wednesday, July 11th, 2018. This is for my charting subscribers. Let's go take a look at the daily. News is going to come out in 7 minutes, and that's what the daily looks like now. So you can see what it looks like now in relation to when I did the charting, which was about 6 hours ago. I was a little late on the charting today. About 6 hours ago I did it though, and you see what the charting looked, what the daily looked like then. You see what the daily looks like now. What's it going to do? Well, that's really going to depend, of course, upon what the news does. Now, if the news goes down into the news, it's probably going to chop back up, something like this. Although it'll be red right here, and it'll chop back up again. If it goes up into the news, it'll probably go up and then roll back over and come back down again. That would be my two guesses on what it will do. A third option would be that it would go down and then continue to go down and actually be quite of a big day. Could even be a big day like that, or a big day like that. That could happen. If it does, we'll hit a big trade today. Anyway, we're going to be using a Newsday entry, and it should be pretty easy today, I think. And you know what though? Oil is moving. Check this out. And it's moving prior to the news. What is going on? That's what I want to know. You know, it hasn't done this in a long time. Moved like this prior to the news. I'm not sure how long it's been. It's been a while. I'm not sure, maybe at least 2 years, if not 3 years. 4 years maybe, I'm not even sure. You know, I mentioned this before, but I have a video. I'm going to upload it just for fun, about what the market was like in 2011. I caught oil. It was at $100, and I caught it going up. And I didn't know the code like I know it now and like I teach it now. I mean, I did know. I was using code 1 entries, okay? And code 1 entries do not work for what I was trying to do. I needed to use code 2. Actually, if I remember right, it was doing this at a very... Yeah, no. You couldn't use code 2 on it. You had to use code 1 on it. That's right. I remember now. And it would go up and give a code 1 entry. And I think, oh man, this thing just went up 100 ticks really quick. And just gave a code 1 short entry. I'll take it short. I took it short. Boom, lost on the trade. It go back up really big, and then it was up like 150 ticks, and I was like, man, it's got to be coming down now. And it gave another code 1 short entry. So I took it short, and sure enough, it went back up again and stopped me out again twice. And I was down a lot. I'm not sure exactly, but I was down like 40 ticks, or no, even more. I was down like 80 ticks or something like that. It was crazy. And so I said, okay, something weird is going on. I don't know what is going on, but I'm going to get on the bandwagon. And I got on long, went long on it. And you got to see it for yourself, what happened. And the thing just went up like, I'm not sure exactly, 150 ticks or something like that in about 30 seconds. 30 seconds, it went up 150 ticks and just went boom. And I caught it all on camera. And not until though I got back in long. I didn't bother. I wasn't gonna do any video. I just only did it once I figured that this was some really special trade going on. But you can see how fast oil used to move. But here's the good news. The higher it goes, the faster it's probably gonna move. And it'll go up and down 100 ticks, 200 ticks, like it's nothing. See, because it's worth more. Let's not talk about why it does it. Let's just put it this way, it does it. So guess what? If oil's going to go up, this is going to get a lot more fun and with respect to trading it, because we're going to be able to hit it a lot bigger trades, and and have a lot more activity going on, a lot more opportunities to make money. Not just with the code 2, but the code 1 as well. You know, I can't believe that the code 2 trade on Wednesday seems to be working. Right now it's worked so far for 20 ticks off the code 2. I have not seen this in a long time. I don't know how long. It's been so long, I don't know how long. It's been at least 4 years. Maybe longer. Maybe like 5 or 6 years. Or something like that. That I've seen this happen. Now I still have a hard time believing it. So here's the thing. If the code 2 is right, it's going to go down. In fact, we're so close to the news, it's going to go down into the news if the code 2 is right. So we're going to see for ourselves if it's right. It would be no good if if it were to go above 7350. So if it goes above 7350, hits 7351, the code 2 is no good. But if it's right, it's going to go down. Now, it hasn't worked on the Newsday in years. So I really am skeptical that it will work. But it has been working lately. I'd say the last few months it's been working. But I said 50. If it goes above 50, it's no good. The code 2. Now normally we never take code 2s on Wednesdays. Only Newsday entries. There it goes down. Code 2 is right again. You know, I will start including that as a trade. Oh, look at that move. Ooh, man, how big is that? From down to 60. I don't believe that. We're talking like 140 tick move. Wow. Now that was big. Anyway, the code 2 worked. It went down quite a bit. You would have hit a nice fat trade. I'll have to calculate what it was worth later. But that's interesting. If that be the case, then we're going to be able to ace the Newsday trades every time. All we'll have to do is be able to establish the code 2, of course. If we can't establish it, then obviously we wouldn't be able to use it. But well, I won't say anything more than that. But anyway, I am going to use what I call a Newsday entry. It is a flaw in the program, and it is a trade that will work the vast majority of time. Although lately it has not been worth all that much. However, oil is moving big right now. It just went up. First of all, it went down. How far did it go down? Went down 60 ticks and then made it an immediate 1 second move. 140 ticks. What? What? I have not seen it do something like that in a long time. You know, I think I have said that 3 times in this video now. We are seeing something different going on here. Now I'd really like to see some big moves take place here. 140 tick move up in 1 second. I got it on video, so I can just watch the video again and watch it for myself. But it looked like 1 second to me. I want to make sure I don't lose this video. I'll just keep the thing running. So I always mess up by stopping it and pausing it, and delete buttons right there too. Anyway, I don't want to do this because it's going to take forever, so I will come back. I'm going to take a trade using a Newsday entry, but I really think that the code 2 is working on the Newsday. Now, I've not seen it in many years, and I've been noticing it. At first I noticed it, I just said, it's a coincidence. And I noticed it again, and it's nothing. And I noticed it again, and I'm like, And I noticed it again, and I'm like, okay. And I noticed it again, I'm like, all right. You're trying to tell me something now. And here we go. Here it is again. So I think it's back. I don't know how long it'll last for, but we'll be able to ace the Newsdays just like I used to be able to. I mean, now I can make like a 40 tick trade, but how would you like to be able to hit a Newsday trade and it goes 100 ticks? Or in this case, or what did it go? It went 60 ticks. It didn't go all that far. But you would have gotten a lot more than that out of it. I have to calculate it later. I can take a better look at it. Anyway, I am going to take a trade. I'll be back as soon as I do. And by the way, basically, as a general rule, all of the charting subscribers are going to take the same trade that I'm going to take. Now, some of them might take a little bit different. There might be some of them using a breakout technique. Definitely, there's probably a few doing that, and a few. Let's see, what else is there? A few waiting for offset, to see if an offset will come. It's a good strategy too, but most of them I think are going to play it like I'm going to play it. And basically, we're going to take an entry, and if it's wrong, the stop's going to get hit, and if the stop gets hit, then we're going to take the opposing trade. We're going to go the other way if the stop gets hit. So I am going to demonstrate this. I'll be back as soon as I take an entry. For your code traders out there, you are going to notice right now that the codes are, let me put it a different way. The stops are big, and that's okay, because you just have to remember one thing. Your exit also has to be big, and you can get it. You can absolutely get it. This thing's going to move. It's just a question of, is it going to continue to go up and go even higher and then go green on the daily, which is a possibility? Or is it going to roll over and continue to come back down? And continue to come back down and even go below this low right here? Or is it going to just chop around? That is also a possibility. Take a look at the daily there. It could chop around a bit. Now, we are looking for the code to give us a direction. Which way is this thing really going to go? And right now, I'm still waiting for that to come. I'm waiting for a signal, waiting for the code 2 to reveal itself on which direction it wants to go. There is a way to do that. And it's a relatively easy way to do it as well. The only thing is, though, is that we do get this first trade wrong. The stop could be fairly large. Hopefully it won't be too big. Seems to be settling down right now, which is good. But it's a possibility the stop could be really big. But if it is, it just means it's going to move huge. Anyway, I'm trying to get the whole thing on camera without ruining this video, because I really don't want to ruin this video, because I want to catch this snooze play for this thing to show how I want to see it myself, what it looked like. Alright, I'll be back. I'm going to take an entry here. Okay, I've got a short. Okay, I got the stop set to 31 up there. Stop gets hit, I go the other way. I go long if it gets hit. So far it's gone right up to 30, one tick away from my stop. It just came up to 30 again. That makes a triple top off of 30. So right now we have a possible offset on the Newsday entry. It is a possibility. If it's offset, that stop will get hit, and then we'll go long with it. This could be one of those rare days where this thing is going to go up, and actually could go green on the daily. I mean, it doesn't look like it now, but it could, which would mean it would really go up big. But or it just may go all the way up to the top up here, make a big line. It's just, just depends. Otherwise, it's going to come down. Code still saying going to come down, unless, of course, the code is offset. Right, here comes the big drop here. Maybe not a big drop, but it's going to come down here. Okay, so where is it going to go? Here comes the big drop. Where's my exit at? Going for 40 down to 78. Where's it currently at? Okay, all right, let's move it. Where's it at? It's at 91. All right, I'll be right back. I need to calculate something. Okay, I've got it set right now for a 50 tick exit down to 72.68. Now, let me take a look at the code here. Oh yeah, let me see here. Alright, that, wait a second. I might be able to get something much, much larger than this. Yes, okay, yeah, we need to go for a lot more ticks. What's 100 ticks on this? 73.18 down to 72.18. Okay, taking it down 100 ticks. 72.18. I think this one's a big one. I'll tell you why in a second. If I can do it without giving stuff away. Okay, I'm going for 100 ticks on this trade. This is the reason why. You see what I'm saying? Okay, this is what's going to happen. It's going to go way down, sort of like this or like this. It's going to make a big, big drop. And the reason why I can tell is because, well, I can't say too much, but you see this big, huge line? That's why. It's going to drop big. And I can also tell off the code because the Newsday entry, exactly where it is and everything. You can notice see my entry here? The Newsday entry is right below that line. So the code is giving me an entry right there off the line. That means it's going to drop big. I don't know, it might go down 200 ticks or something. I'm not sure, but let me take a look at it here. Yeah. Let's just put it this way. There's a good chance this thing's going to really make a big move down. So I'm going to go for 100. We'll see how it goes. See how long it takes to get down there. I got to come all the way down to the 18 to hit it. And we're at 97 now. So we'll see how long it starts to take to get down there. And yeah. So anyway, if it just starts to die out, I'll be able to tell like it won't really go anywhere. Otherwise, it's going to really start moving down if it's the trade that I think it is. It won't take that much longer to do it. Anyway, I will be back. It's coming back up a little bit towards my entry here. I'm not going to get out. I'm not going to put a break-even stop on it. This is going to hold this code 2 stop here up to 31. Actually, Newsday entry stop, sorry. Newsday entry stop up to the code and let it go. This is way too big of a trade to play around with. You don't want to get stopped out on a 100 tick trade here. Now, I don't know if it's going to go down 100 ticks or not. It looks like it has a tremendous potential to do so, though, once it starts moving down again. Right now, it's just pressing itself up. But let me take a look at the code. Yeah, we have a rollover code coming. It's just going to roll back over, come back down again. I can see from the chart it's going to form and it's going to roll over. Anyway, I will be back. Okay, coming all the way back up to break even here. Just want to show it, get it on camera. I know a lot of you newbie traders will be freaking out right now, and you can't do that. You've got to go for the trades. Can't be afraid. You know, there's a reason why you put that stop there, a mathematical reason, and you cannot be afraid to go for the trade here. I mean, I know some of you probably put a break-even stop on this. You learned a valuable lesson right there. You know, I know there are times when you want to put one, but not very often, and times you don't. This is one you do not. Now, at this point, though, if it were to go up and hit the stop, I would not go long. I would not go long until I get another code 2 trade. I would not take a trade again until I got a code 2 trade, till I got a code 2 entry, and which way to go. It might go for the stop here. Okay, it's looking pretty good here. I might get a code 2 entry. I'm looking, trying to read the code here. Okay. I think it's going to give a short entry, but I'm not sure yet. It could also give a long entry. If it gives a long entry, I'll have to get out and I'll have to actually reverse position. I hope it does not give a long entry though, because the chart does not look like it's going to go long. Looks like it's going to drop out in a major way too. Still trying to get a read. Alright, we have a short entry off code 2. Now just watch it go down, ladies and gentlemen, and see for yourself how the codes work. You're seeing it for yourself. You know, it's really weird when you... It's weird. I mean, you know, you think that, like, for instance, this is the best trading system you could possibly get for, you know, trading the futures and everything, trading commodities and everything. And yet, it would appear as if this isn't very popular, you know, and it's really weird, you know. It's like the things that don't really work and everything like that are really popular, and the things that really do work are not popular. It's very strange how that comes about. But not being popular is an illusion, though. It's an illusion. But anyway, yeah, it's like there's this element out there that doesn't want things that really work to be known by people, you know. And I've seen it many times, not just in my own professional business, but in other things as well. Anyway, moving down here, now what should happen is it should go below this low. Now how much below that low, I don't know. I don't know how much below it's going to go below that. Let's see, where is that low? That low is at 60 right there. Yeah, we're looking at 60. So, and right now we're at 73. That's 40 ticks more down. And it's got to go, you know, quite a bit more below that, below 60. You got to go all the way down to 18, another 40 ticks. So a long, long, long ways to go to hit my exit. But again, if I'm right, it will get from here to here relatively quickly. And then maybe play around for a bit or whatever, and then break down even lower and go for the exit. Will it make all the way down to the exit? I don't know, because I don't know how far down on the daily it will come. You know, is it going to come down to here, just down to here, just a little bit lower, down to there, to 50, or will it come all the way down to here, down to 71.50? I mean, you know, I don't know, but there is a way to get a handle on it a bit by... There's a direct relationship between how fast it comes down to how far it's going to come down, if you're working within the codes. Now, if you try to do that and you don't know the code, you could easily get burned if you don't know what the code is. You could take it right when it's going to go right there and thinking it's going to go long, and you take it and you know it goes short, and you get burned really quick. So you have to know it has to do it on a code 2 trade, and if it does, then it's gonna keep going. Anyway, still a long, long, long ways to go, and I don't want to tie up the recording space, so I am gonna pause the video and I will come back. For you charting subscribers, I remember explaining to you not too long ago about the Newsday entry and about the one that's the big one, the big trade that you can get, it only comes around every so often, and it will go down big. This is it. Although I have not seen one this big in a long time. I have not seen it move 140 ticks in 1 second in a long time. Seriously. It's been a long time. It's been way over 4 years. 4 years would be what, 2014? No. We gotta go back a lot longer than that. probably close to 2011, 2012, something like that. Since I've seen something like that. 140 tick move up in 1 second? No. That's the kind of move it used to do on the Forex. Almost every news. The Forex would do that, like the Euro US dollar would do that. I've not seen this in a long time. You know, it would just be so fantastic if the markets really started to heat up, especially oil, started to heat up really big. Oh man, we will all make a lot of money if it does, that's for sure. Anyway, I'll be back. And you can see it moving down a bit here. So it's still, you know, you can look back on this video and see how much time has elapsed right down here since when I said it. But I said it will come from here down to here relatively quickly. And it has been relatively quickly. I don't know how long it's been, maybe about 5 minutes or so. I'm not sure exactly. But it's been relatively quickly. And this is exactly what should be happening if this is the big trade that I think it is. This thing is going to come down. I should be able to hit 100 ticks on this one. See, now, this is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's not rocket science, you know, but it is something that you need to apply yourself 100%. If you want to do this and make money by pressing buttons online, sitting at home, and being able to live anywhere in the world you want to live, then you better get serious about it. As serious as you can possibly take it, and learn these codes. Don't say you can't do it. You can do anything that you truly set your mind to do. You can learn a new language. You can do anything that you really want to do. And you can learn these codes, and they're not that difficult. They really are not. But they're not that difficult to learn, but they will take practice to implement every day. You know, that takes some practice. Also, trading itself takes practice, especially with respect to your emotions. That's something that, you know, the code will really help you with your emotions, because they will give you a mathematical model on what to do, tell you where to place your stop, give you a good idea on your exit. And although for something like this, you would have to have experience to know that this thing is going to go down big. But I've told my charting subscribers to watch out for this trade, this big trade. Well, now I'm getting it on camera right here. This is a big trade. And they only come around every so often. So when they do come around, you definitely want to be able to capitalize on them. And that's what I'm doing now. And once you got the position, you're in there, you know, all you have to do is sit there and hold on to it. You know, it's not, you have to learn how to not be afraid. Do what's right mathematically, and then that's it. Do not be afraid after that. If you keep doing that over and over and over, consistently, every time, play the mathematics, play the mathematics, play the mathematics. Yeah, you're going to lose here and there. There's no doubt about that. But you know, you are going to win more than you're going to lose. That's the whole point. But the problem is you have to not be afraid. Like let's take a look. You know, I'm looking at other charts and stuff, but you know, every time it starts to bounce, if you're a newbie, you start to get afraid because you don't know that it's not going to go back up and go the other way. And the code itself didn't really tell us how far down it was going to go. You know, codes of trades are usually good for like 40 ticks, 60 ticks, something like that lately. You know, they have been more for more lately. I got a few hundred tick trades. The oil's starting to heat up. That's why. But you wouldn't know necessarily that this is the big trade. But I did explain in the charting, but I didn't have an example in which to give. Now I do. This is it. That's what it looks like. That's your big trade. And as you can see, it is not a reversal. It is a continuation. And that they do both. They do both a reversal and continuations. This one just happened to be a 1 second 140 tick move. I have not seen that in a long, long time. I know I said that over and over again, but seriously, this is something really, really big right here. I think that it means that oil, the oil is going to start moving again. I think. I mean, every day it's going to start really moving here. On news days, on Fridays, doing 200 tick days. This looks like the old oil back to 2012, 6 years ago. Almost. Yeah, I would say that. Anyway, I will come back. Yeah, like right now, if you're a newbie, what are you looking at the 10-minute going, oh no, this thing was way down here, and now it's going all the way back up. You know, I don't want to keep losing more and more money. You know, I better just get out. Well, I understand, you know, that I understand that problem. I really do. But the thing is, so here's what you need, for you code traders, here's what you need to know. You need to know the code, obviously, right? You need to know what that looks like on the 10-minute. And the Newsday entry gave you a short. See, later, it's going to look like you were a genius. I mean, it looked like it was, you know, it had already moved all the way up and it came all the way back down, and then you took a short. I mean, that's crazy, because it's going to be all the way down. You know, you look at, how did you possibly know? No. You just do. But anyway, see how it's playing a game, and it comes down, and then it comes down, it comes down, it comes down, it breaks below, and goes back up again. It's not just going to go down really quick, really fast. It's going to play this game for a while, and then make more moves down again, do this, more moves down, but eventually it will make a big move down, and probably make a move all the way down to my exit at 78.18, then maybe go lower than that. There's a good chance it will go even lower. Anyway, so now it's just a waiting game. Patience. Don't even worry about it going back up. You don't even need to have a break-even stop, but you could put one on it now if you wanted to, but you don't need it. It's not going to go up. It's going to go down. Anyway, also we have one Newsday entry say go short, and one code 2 entry say go short. I'll be back. I'm going to leave the computer for about 5 minutes. My stop is being kept at the original stop at 73.31, and my exit is being kept for 100 ticks down to 72.18. So if it hits either one of those before I get back, then you knew where they were. Anyway, I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. Okay, I am back here. So a little bit closer to the exit, down to 68. Still got a ways to go though, down to 18. Anyway, I will come back. Let's go see what CNBC has to say. Okay, oil. Okay, it says it's at 72.74, minus 137 right now. 72.74. I've got 72.66. Yeah, it was up, just up at 74 just a little bit ago. Yep. So, anyway, this is a good lesson for all of you code traders and all of you charting subscribers. You know, I'll talk about it a little bit more within the charting. Give you a little more pointers on this, what to look for. But you're looking at it graphically, what it looks like. And in relation to the code too, of course. You know, in relation to the code and in relation to the daily. This is your big day. It really helps because, you know, when you catch these big trades like this, it definitely really, really helps. Anyway, I will come back, so got a ways to go. Okay, it's continuing to go down here. Just made it down to a low of 45. It's getting close here to within striking distance of it, making a big move down and hitting me. Okay, it looks like it wants to bounce up a little bit, so I'll come back. I was just looking at the code today. Code was really easy today. You notice I just took one trade. I've been in one trade the whole time, and it's just a really easy day. And it didn't matter if you took which one you took, which code you took. They both were easy. So anyway, the chart is setting up for another code 2. I do, of course, hope that this code 2 will give a short entry. I do believe it will, but if it were to give a long entry, I would either exit the trade, or I would reverse the position and go long, or I would keep with the same stop. Keep with the same exit and lock in a stop somewhere. Like maybe lock in 20 ticks or something like that, and let it go and see what it wants to do. There's a specific reason for that. Now, however, most likely what's going to happen is this code 2 is also going to give a short entry, at which point you can pretty much bank that my exit will get hit. So anyway, I'll come back. But you see, once you learn how to read the codes and you know what the codes are, and especially when you're tracking the codes like I'm doing, so you're always staying on top of exactly what's going on, then you can use these codes as a guide to what oil will do the whole entire time it does it. Whether it goes up or down or whatever, it goes up and down, or continues to goes down or continue to go up, the codes will guide you the whole time and allow you to take entries and make successful trades. Like, I bet a lot of you charting subscribers today got out at like 40 ticks, 50 ticks or something. And yeah, I bet a lot of you have, because you don't know to go for it on this trade, because this trade doesn't come around very often. Only comes around once in a while. If you had to give a time limit on it, I would say that this trade comes around once every 2 to 3 months, maybe something like that. So it doesn't come around all that often. It doesn't come around every day. It doesn't come around every week. It's kind of a special trade, and when it does come around, you certainly want to be able to hit them. And I am getting it on camera, and getting it on a lot of camera. I've already spent 37 minutes on it so far, almost 38 minutes, on showing you what it looks like and telling you what it's going to do before it ever even does it. And the goal I would like to get over to you is that you also learn. Now, those of you who aren't code traders, you're going to be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'll look for that. But those of you who are code traders, you're going to understand what's going on behind the scenes at the code level, and you could tell that you could know what I'm talking about. The code, the Newsday entry is in a very good spot. I'll explain it more in the charting service. How about that? Anyway, looking for a code 2 entry. Chart looks like it's setting up for it, and we'll see which direction it says to go. I certainly do hope it is a short entry here, because I really do not want to go long. Not even a little bit. I'd rather just get out and just call it a day than try to go long, because I know what's going to happen. I don't want to go long when something that's going to totally drop out. There it is. You're looking at it right there. It's still got legs. It's still going to come down. Still got room to run. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, it looks like I'm going to get a signal here on the code 2. If it goes long, I am going to exit the trade. I'm just going to exit and call it a day. If it goes short, I'm just going to hang on to it till it hits my exit. Looking for a signal here. Looking for a signal. Think I'm going to get a signal here. Come on, which direction do you want to go? I think it's going to be a short signal. Yes, it's a short signal. Okay, we got a short entry off code 2. So let's say you weren't in right now. You can get in right now and go short. You still got a trade left here. You could get some more ticks off of this. I'm not sure exactly how much. My exit's down at 18. You know, so I'm thinking it's going to go down to at least there. It may go down quite a bit more. Yeah, it may go down quite a bit more. I mean, it's hard to tell how far down it will go. I mean, when we were in this trade, did you really know it was going to go way down there? No. No, didn't. But, hang on a second. Okay, we have, okay, that code 2 is no good. Code 2 is no good. Okay, I may need to get out here. Come on, roll over. Alright, okay, I'm going to reset the stop. Stop is going to be set to 72.62. 72.62 on the stop. Oh man, my stop is way up there. $72.62 on the stop. Okay, I'm going to lock in those ticks right there. If it goes back up and hits that exit, let me recheck the protective stop there. Yes, protective stop is correct. Okay, if it goes up there, I want to get out. Okay, it's not going to. It's going to drop out. Here we go. Okay, my exit at 72.18 should be hit. The mathematics are pretty darn good. I'd say they're approximately 70%. Approximately 70%. Now here's the danger. It's a possibility it could come down somewhere in this area right here and then reverse and go the other way and not quite do 100 ticks there. Okay? That is a possibility. So what I'm looking for is a move down, relatively quick move down to that area, and if it doesn't make it, I will get out right down there. But I first want to see a nice move down, a nice 30, 40 tick move down. A relatively quick one. Like within a few seconds or so. Maybe within 10 seconds or so. Anyway, I will come back. Or maybe I'll just leave it here, let it go from here. Maybe you can watch a little action here. Oil is moving pretty good. So you see, I've just got it locked in. What's my entry at? I've got 56 ticks locked in right now. A 56 tick trade locked in. If it goes the other way, and it could go the other way using a code 2. It is a possibility. That's why I locked it in right there. And otherwise, it will go down. And if it goes down, then I don't, I don't need to do anything. Just hold on to it. Question is how far down it will go. That I cannot tell you. It depends. Will this bar right here, will this bar end up looking like this bar? Or will it look like this bar? It's already bigger than most of the other bars. But how big will it go? That I don't know. I can't say that the code doesn't tell me that. All the code will do is give me entries to go either short or long. It doesn't really say how far to go, except every day the code is worth about a certain amount of ticks. And that's how you know how many ticks to go for. But there are some days where it's worth a lot more ticks, like today. That it doesn't tell you exactly. Except to say that the average ticks that you could get from it would be somewhere around 120 to 170 ticks, even 200. So anywhere from 120 to 200 ticks would be the average of what you could get. I'm only going for 100. That's all. Anyway, I will come back. And one of the reasons why, though, is because by the time I took entry, look where I'm in. It already came down a whole bunch of ticks before I ever even got a chance to take an entry. Now, if we were somewhere closer up here, if I was an entry up here, then yeah, I'd be more willing to go for even more ticks. But I think 100 ticks is a better thing to go for, since it's already gone down so much. But anyway, now when you're sitting in your trade, right, now you don't have to worry at all. You know that you got it locked in for 56 ticks. Don't have to worry at all. If you take a 56 trade, it's great. Take a 56 trade with a chance to hit a 100 tick trade is great. If you can get that mathematics every day, you'd be rich. But you can't. You can only get them when they come, and this is one such day to go for that, go for this trade. Anyway, I will come back. It is definitely moving around in a big range here. I'll come back. Looks like it's going to come get my stop here, which would probably mean it's probably going to go up, but I'm not going to take that risk here. I will come back. Let's see what CNBC is saying now. Let's go ahead and refresh the page. 72.60 is what it's got, and we're at 72.48. It was just up at 60 up here. It's a little bit hot, yeah, right up there, I think. Anyway, starting to come down. I think the chances are very high that it is going to come down and go and hit the exit. And I may be, you know, kicking myself and going, why didn't you go for 150 ticks, you know, or something. But it has come down a lot. Let's go take a look at it. It's come down. It's got a high of 74.26 and a low of 72.40. $72.40. So almost 200 ticks there. See, that's a big day, 200 ticks. Now how big is this one? This one, 64.09 to 66. See, that's, you know, 270 ticks or whatever. How many is this one? This thing is like 350 on this one. 67.33. Yeah, it's a little over 325 ticks or something like that. So you see, they don't. This one technically, mathematically, doesn't have a lot more room to run, actually. But I think it's good for a little bit more down. What's the low? The low is at 40, and that just hit that too. Yeah, it just hit it. You know, when it just hit it right. Yeah, there's a good chance this thing's going to go back up here. Oh well, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm either going to take a 56 tick trade or come down for more. I might back it off to like 90 ticks or so. Back it up to 28. Try to get 90 ticks out of it. Anyway, I'll come back. Now CNBC is saying 72.52, and that's right where it is. 72.52. Yeah, well, it just was there a couple seconds ago. Anyway, I will come back. Anyway, though, you can see, though, by what I show you on CNBC here, and refresh the page, that what you're seeing is not a replay. You're seeing the same price here as what you're seeing on the software. So, you know, the people who say that it's a replay, they know it's not a replay too. They already know. And they only say that because they don't want people to know that this works. They want people to think it doesn't work. I know that's weird, I know that's bizarre, strange, but it's true. You know, here we go. Okay, now I said it might come down to this area and then bounce. We got to watch for the bounce here now. It might happen. Except for that was the first fall. Tip number 2. Tip number 1. It usually always falls more than once right there. Usually always. But you can also use the code. There's no code right now, say go long. No code. No code 1, nothing. so it should fall more. It went down to a low of 72.27. That puts me 11 ticks away. Just needs to come down one more time, a little lower, and I am out for 100 ticks. The math on it right now is pretty high. I would say right now it's about 85 to 90%. To 85 to 90% chance my exit will be hit. Okay, math is reducing. Okay, we are starting to get a code 1. If the code 1 goes long, I will exit the trade. It might go long too. Preparing to exit the trade. It does look like it may go long. Not going to panic yet though. Still be patient. Wait for the code to tell you. Don't go by what it looks like. Don't go by what you think. Wait for the code. If it tells you to go long, I'm going to get out. If it goes short, I'm going to hold till it hits my exit. It'll hit very easily if it goes short. Alright, here we go. Okay, I'm going to get a read on the code here. I'm going to prepare to exit just in case I need to. Okay, I don't think it's going to go short. I don't think it's going to go long. It's going to go short. Almost a short entry. This is a code 1 short entry coming up here. I'm almost to the exit anyway. Come on, go short. As soon as it goes short, it'll hit my exit in a second. A couple seconds. Come on. Anyway, the math is very high right now. Let's just look at this mathematically like a robot, like an android, with no emotion. What's the math on this? It's high. Very good. No reason to worry yet. Okay, I can't adjust the stop though. Let me adjust the stop. The stop will be placed at 72.38. Yeah, 72.38. It's already getting up there now. Okay, I'm just going to have to get out manually. Okay, I'm out. Out right there. It looks like there's a possibility it's going to reverse now and go back the other way and go back up again. I don't want to take the risk. If I wanted to, I could play the break again going low. So once it broke below 72.25, I could play that break if I wanted to. But that would not be a code 2 trade though. You would have to play code 1s for that. Right now we have a code 1 long entry. That's why I got out. Anyway, I'm all done for today. That's 80 tick trade. Not too bad. Not too bad. 80 tick trade on the news day. I hope all of you code traders, especially you charting subscribers, of course, because you guys are following me and doing exactly what I'm telling you to do. I hope that you hit the trade. It doesn't get any easier than it was today. Very simple day today. I wish every day was like this. It would be nice. Anyway, so I am going to get going. Hope all of you traders hit this trade. I hope all of you traders out there who are not code traders, I sincerely hope that you become a code trader if you're really serious about trading, because this is the real deal. It's not a replay, it's not a scam. This is a real system that you can use and that you can learn and study and to learn how to do what I am doing. All of my charting subscribers, and I have a lot of them, all hit this trade today. It was simple. I called it out 6 hours in advance. Or 5 hours today, something like that, whatever. I call it hours in advance. Where to take the entry before it would happen. I know that sounds impossible, but it is. It's possible and it's real. So anyway, I'm going to get going. Happy trading out there, traders, and I will see you for Thursday's trading, and I will see all of you charting subscribers for the charting for today. And we'll go over it, and I'll tell you the code for Thursday. Anyway, happy trading out there, everyone. See you tomorrow.